Hello everyone. Welcome back to another World Conqueror 4 video. It is Laid Back Launcher here. We're continuing along with the Battle of Alaska campaign hard mode. Mission 5, the Bering Strait. This one's a tough one. Well, I'm looking forward to it because we're doing it with fanaticism, which we all know is one of the tougher of the hard mode debuffs that you can face, alongside things like Perish Together or the Radiation one. That one's a pretty substantial buff too. Honestly, quite like the balance of the debuffs so far. Actually, I remember I used to hate fanaticism a lot, but then I kind of learned that the strategy for fanaticism is, rather than straight up destroying units one by targeting them with large groups of armored thrusts and stuff, you instead have to bring the entire group below half health before you start dealing massive amounts of damage and picking out units, because at that point they all basically pick up fanaticism, which makes them do 20% more damage and health. But if they're already below half health, then their damage output is greatly reduced, so that 20% extra is actually much smaller in comparison to what it would be if they got that buff above half health. So that's generally the strategy with fanaticism. Um, Whatever, I think this provocation ability is really situational. It can really bother you at some points because it basically makes the buffer around a city that's often inhabited by a general. It does sometimes activate that kind of buffer, and you have to find a different way to get at your objectives, or to continue to progress along at a fair pace. But anyway, today it's going to be, as with the rest of these Alaska walkthroughs, a Endgame HQ and free-to-play episode. I'll also try to limit my use of some abilities or units that might not be available to everyone who hasn't been religiously grinding out events like my No Life Ass has been. Though I want to put Veryomenko on, soften up the city a little bit. Hopefully that'll be enough for whatever general I decide to deploy here. I'm not going to be using Whitman. I'll be using Hoth as my secondary general. And I'll be trying to deploy Guderian at some point on the mainland itself. That's why why I deployed the Enterprise early. You can use paratroopers in the Enterprise ability early. I should have put. I'm actually going to reset this real quick. Don't forget that early on you can reset these missions, so don't worry about resetting. For the Enterprise, I'm actually going to be using. Do I want to use Chenault or Arnold on the helicopter? I think I'll use Chenault on the helicopter because Chenault has this unique ability that every target he attacks basically cannot retaliate against friendly fire. And when the health of your friendlies can play a role in this game, it is nice to have something like that kind of ability. 181. The city has 100. Has 23 health, so this will actually be a good opportunity for Hoth to do some damage. It would allow Chenault to be in his native environment, which is the city, because he's configured to be an economic and technological expert. It's very useful to deploy these generals at some point. You think you can do 228? You are on an IS-3, so I wouldn't put it beyond you. Do we have any naval objectives? We have 2 naval objectives, but we might need a lot of commanders for this land campaign. Since we're not attacking with friendly groups like we were in the last mission, we're attacking on our own axis, so we can't take advantage of friendly units up there, which is a sort of limiting factor. How many generals have I used so far? Only 2. Don't forget you also have this unit here. I'll be putting Malinovsky on it. I also have to decide who I'm going to put here. It'll be Arnold, because he still has a full carpet bombing ability unlocked, and it is very powerful on your air commanders. I want to put Yamamoto on the submarine because his nuclear bombs do much more damage. That's really it. He also has the honor medal, which makes critical hits common and incredibly devastating. Who am I going to be using my nukes on? I would like to get additional technological input in. Where would I deploy him though? Maybe I can deploy you here and assist in the amphibious landings, help it go more smoothly. I've decided who I'm going to use the missile on. Well, the first one, let's see if we'd be able to take out this medic. Give me a second. Oh man, just missed it. We do have the Enterprise. Don't forget about that. Honestly, actually, what if on the way, since I do have a pair of naval objectives to take out, I'll be using Yamaguchi. Since there's not too many of them, only 2 naval objectives, this one will be partners. So really only like a couple of naval targets. I'm not going to be deploying the HMS Prince of Wales. I don't need to. I mean, it's worth allowing a nuke by round to be able to get inflows of hostile naval assets. But in this mode, economic output is going to be quite important. What's the cheapest elite unit I can deploy? Because I'm thinking of it will be a medic. I don't want it to be a medic. Okay, Force is only marginally cheaper and it's much more versatile in case I need it later on. The economic output of Doubting is worth deploying already. We still have 5 generals that we can deploy, and they're going to be on expensive units because we want to get the maximum effect we can out of them. Why not? I still don't mind. I still do not mind keeping Shannon in the city here. In fact, I don't need to keep him there. Actually, I can just go like that. Get rid of that threat. And allow my units to continue moving up. And hey, if Hoth can continue to deal considerable damage to that fortress, then I might be able to dedicate more forces to this northern axis of advance. Well, I would have liked to move it to this mountain pass here instead, but unfortunately I guess I misclicked. Let's start to deal with these targets. Again, I want to get rid of the fortress first to limit, damn man, limit its output. Let's just target up in there. I also didn't intend to use the missile, but dang, that was a crushing blow. paratroop up there? No, I can't, unfortunately. Well, I hope I have another nuke left. Well, I know there's at some point leave a suggestion. Why not deploy my unit to the north? Continue to support that amphibious landing. Potentially getting rid of both of these targets might make it so that combat medic can land, and they are pretty useful to have in the field. I guess Gnome did take a little bit of damage from the cruiser here. Let's take the city. Sorry if the audio quality was bad up until now. I realized that since my phone is charging right now, my phone was covering up the jack. Deepest apologies if it has been a noticeable impact. We do still have a nuke. We can deploy paratroopers. For one, it insulates our troops better because we get a deep morale boost. I didn't know that was gonna happen. It wasn't some stroke of genius, it just happened to be convenient. But I do have the helicopter. I'm sending a north rather. If he's gonna be on the attack chopper, maybe I should swap out carpet bombing or tech expert and put rumor on him instead. And if that were the case, I would put the extra honor medal on him, because the honor medal makes you do Air Force power as well. And imagine if you could do Yamaguchi, naval attack, Air Force leader, and fleet leader, if there's some kind of amphibious unit that lets him tap both simultaneously, that would be insane. I don't put him on things like the Enterprise or the Akagi because his unique ability. No, that's not. Yamaguchi. It's only offensive when you're attacking. When you're only on ships. When you do like naval attacks. And unfortunately, the Enterprise can't attack offensively navally. I think that's fortunate for the sake of balance. It's kind of a what if. And let's continue to punish the naval tower. We're getting sustainable technological and economic output, and now I'm able to do something like this, and this will rapidly accelerate our expansion. I wouldn't mind having some additional industrial output. Plus, by destroying the enemy AI, you help your friendly AI progress along as well. With the Tiger, I will not be using its ability because I'm assuming not everyone has got the tank destroyer ability unlocked. Just got a little bit of extra output there as well. I'm gonna help out Allied Navy. get rid of this. They're all going to attack Gnome anyway. At least there's good chances that they do. Bering will be able to handle all of these guys no problem. It might take a bit of damage, but you can see he's geared up pretty well to be able to dish it out equally as painfully. And the Tiger is very powerful, even if you don't use its ability. Very capable armor platform. Let's continue to move out to the north. I want him out of range of the coastline, so I'm gonna send him north of the town. And I guess that expedites the deployment of the combat medics. I hope. I hope, man. The AI, sometimes it just doesn't get the drift, man. Sometimes it can be frustrating. Let's give a bit more of a distraction here. What's next? That seems like it could possibly be in range of a pair attempt. I might spag a missile on it. Now first I wanted to see if I could do it with the Enterprise. Just to be on the range. Maybe that's something I should have considered ahead of time. By taking out the health of the city first, facilitates the actual movement of the friendly units. And you can see, like, Vasilevsky's kinda tanky. As is Vasily, and he's pretty capable general. So it's nice to be able to keep these units moving along. They do help you in some ways. I was hoping for maybe another round of low morale, that would have been nice. Strike them all pretty hard all at once. Unfortunately, there's no, like, proper targets I can hit with this nuke. I guess here will be somewhat useful. Yep, dropped it below half health, so he's now demoralized. This monkey state doesn't even make a difference. And he has low morale, and he's below half health, so his potential for damage was reduced a lot there. Okay, let's continue along with the next turn. Maybe you forgot to do a round of attacks with the Enterprise. Do like to have the Enterprise be able to push up deeper behind enemy lines, or provide air cover deeper behind the lines. The attack. It's nice to have Guderian all healed up before we send him to move out. Deploy right now in Gnome. Nothing terribly capable. The RPG Rocketeer, I guess. Retzkoff. Let's sell him on defense as well. I can use that paratrooper. Again, let's facilitate the movement of our allies. And we might get a little bit of extra tech out of it. Hopefully. Nice. Because it also frees up resources for me to do this. And largely immobilize many of these American forces, while continuing to deprive them of important economic resources. We will need to take ferry breaks eventually, so it's worth destroying some of the support infrastructure, and unfortunately that means the medics as well. Because damage done early on when the medics can heal is damage that's effectively lost. It's a cruel system, but unfortunately the most efficient in this game. Okay, we're making good progress. I do have to keep an eye on Bering. Excuse me. Maybe I should dispatch a submarine. Try to keep Mountbatten below half health. Reduce his own damage output. Next turn. Just one infantry here. We have a tidal wave coming up on us right now. And if I want somebody meeting a tidal wave, it's gonna be Guderian. Gonna continue to push up with the rest of some of our forces. I'd rather have a defensive advantage for if Varyomenko is targeted by Perar, who is not a capable tank commander. Don't have to worry about it too much, but it is a high-ranking heavy tank, so don't underestimate them. That's for sure. And again, we have naval resources, so if I want to split the damage between any two generals, I would want it to be these two generals, that's for sure. Again, let's continue to chip away at their resources. Let the sub do most of the damage that's required to take them out. I hope we get a few lucky airstrikes, which we do. Close but no cigar. Valiant attempt, Guderian. And continue to stockpile. Let's keep infantry here to occupy some of their air power. Unfortunately, sacrifices are required. I hope that the AI isn't sentient enough for it to hit me for it. Don't forget that Malinovsky has this ability, so why not take advantage of an extra 15% damage when you can? How much health does Abraham have? I mean Abrams. He's not Abraham. I don't know if how much he'd appreciate being called back. But he will prove catastrophic unless we deal with him now. Should have done his attack first. I forgot that it was his ability was activated. I'm gonna soften him up a bit. Darian's much more confident with these odds. It would be nice to be able to crack open that tank destroyer ability right now, not gonna lie. Real tempted. You already used the nuke. Let's drop it on Fairbanks, unfortunately. I hear it's an absolutely beautiful town. I actually studied the local geography a bit for my bachelor's thesis when I was talking about renewable energy in Alaska. You guys want to see the game, don't want to hear me talk. Sorry. My reminiscing has interrupted the experience. My apologies there. I have faith that he might be able to deal the damage. Not quite. Maybe that infantry will be enough to get up to the town. Which town that is? How well do I remember the local geography? Yeah, man. This is some tough fighting. As I always say, but sometimes forget, always work your way up. 468. Or you can do that, more likely. Why not help out Guderian by buffing his attack and decreasing the unit that's demoralizing him? Excellent, now he does an extra 13% or 15% damage, yeah. 388. Don't know about that. Well, he use it to deliver some crushing damage to Marshall. He does have a defensive advantage. A very heavy defensive advantage by being put on that infantry, but I mean, that's how it goes. Let's reassign Sokolovsky towards defending that northern flank. This way. And then that way. And he ends up in the city where he provides an economic and technological boost. How is... Okay, Downing's looking good on health. And we've defeated the naval structure over there. So maybe I can attempt at some kind of amphibious landing. But that's probably ill-advised. We'll see later on. Let's continue to hit Fairbanks. That's really the only remaining target. And try to dispatch of Marshall as fast as we can. Still have a nuke left. I'll deploy it again on Fairbanks. We do have targets further south, but Fairbanks is kind of isolated, and we can see that we're making a push down on the coast anyway. So we will also have to dislodge the opposing Chenault out of there. Interesting. And let's get to work on that, I suppose. That could be where the next nuke goes. Gnome will deploy a priest starring Brooke, and I can paradrop him down to Chenault. Maybe he heals up a bit somehow. I would not mind him healing up so just so Brook can do some extra damage. I recently swapped out Rumor on Brook and put in Inspiration, and that's been a good improvement so far. Alright, let's continue along. I guess the allies do not mind using their paratroopers. We kind of need to start trying to take out some of these priests. They're being quite annoying. 580. Well, if you're doing an extra 15% damage on top of all that bonus you already have, maybe that'll be enough to knock out Marshall. I wasn't kidding. We have... yeah, we'll deploy on this forest here. And target the Pershing, because I wanted to do more damage on it. Drop it below half health immediately. And now we can just hammer it Chenault with our air power. With Yamamoto's missiles being the most damaging in particular. Man. Vasily making an absolutely foolhardy advance on Fairbanks with absolutely zero support. Drawing out an enemy that I didn't want to draw out. I say that's bollocks. No, I definitely do not want. Why not? Let's get a little bit of technological output. Maybe let us have some missile strikes. Yeah. Oh man, that was stupid of me. I should have deployed. Definitely should have deployed a what's it called? Armored car. Here we are again. Even more stretched out thin than before. I guess I got too greedy. Yeah, I got too greedy. I thought I'd be able to finish this match in this turn. Hey, maybe this will be enough. Bugger. I do get a lot of money from it. Can Guderian do 445? I doubt it. Simmons has defense. And he is on the level 5 RPG. Which I am hoping that I get soon. See, I'm only on level 4. I'm very slowly getting there. I think they're capable of using their paratroopers, so keep infantry in the cities. All our guys are still looking fine. Well, actually this might be worth it because we have a lot of technological output. We need to channel somewhere. I think we can deploy a number of missiles from here. Unknown. Do we have any more airstrikes at our disposal? No. Do we have other airports? Yes. Why not use the fighter? Potentially get rid of the air defense like we did. And I mean, yeah, we don't even need missiles. We can just use our air power. That's the good thing of having air commanders that are good for city use. They can provide very strong local support from time to time. What are other targets? We need Fairbanks. We should be able to paragon into Fairbanks. And that's it, Bering Strait. You can see that if you're not able to finish it just in time, if you miscalculate your timing, the enemy can take advantage of you and spread rapidly towards into your held territory. Let's see what surprise rewards we get. It's good. Yeah, not a good mix, not a bad mix. Let's see where we are with the rest of our ribbons. See, I need the Panzer Honor ribbon so I'd be able to get my first golden tank, my first maxed out level 5 ribbon. That would be nice. I'd put it on Guderian. He'd be unstoppable at that point. I'm also fairly close to getting the next level of the Panzer Logistics ribbon. That'll be nice. And I've got an artillery ribbon that sometimes comes in handy on conquests or defense events. With elite forces, close to the Hawkeye force, Alpini, don't really care. On armor, close to the T-44, this would make it very powerful indeed. 50 for one turn, 80, 80. Looking forward to getting the Centurion upgrade. Looking forward to getting the BM-21 upgrade, but it's coming along slowly. Don't really care about naval, slowly coming along with the Enterprise. The next turn should unlock a unique ability on the Skytrain where it actually heals whatever your unit you're dropping off. A substantial portion. It's like a flying hospital. It's kind of crazy. Looking forward to getting that. Yeah. Hope you guys got a good idea of how that mission goes. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, drop them off in the comments. I try to answer to everyone. I'll be back with mission number 6, Anchorage. That's also a tough one. It's just you're just slugging it out on the battlefield. That's pretty satisfying sometimes, especially when you're on the side that's dishing out the slugging more than the others. And I'll be back with that episode next. I'll try to get them up before the very last minute. Sorry, I have been traveling a lot over the last days. I've finally sat down in the States after a while in flux, traveling around Europe, getting back here. And now I'm just chilling. And I'll try to continue to post more content in the meantime. And if you have any ideas about that, of course, let me know. And I'll see you in the next one. This is the Laidback Launcher signing off. 07, everyone.